kind of a
that's
silly
fine.
question, but,
Sure,
you
I'll
know,
give you a silly
since,
answer.
since this came out,
Yep.
wouldn't it be interesting if somebody wrote a book on corrections? And, you know, like myths that are now, you know,
Well, it's really very interesting. There are lots of different takes on what happened. And they're
yeah,
all interpretations.
right,
For
historic.
me,
Yeah.
I like going back to the primary source. I mean, I'm going back so far, I'm looking at whose handwriting it is. I'm looking at what they corrected and things like that. So for me, it's all about primary sources. A lot of other interpretations are usually freighted with what their current concern was. So if you look at the Crucible, well, yeah, he was concerned with the House on Un-American Activities and McCarthyism. So he's got that lens for looking at it. When you look at Upham in the 19th century, his lens is really looking at it through the Civil War. If you look at Laurie Caproll, she's looking at it with a lens from the drug era, the height of LSD. She's looking at it through that lens. So people take all that really interesting stuff and apply their critical perspective to how it reflects on us or the viewer now. So for me, I really try and just go back to what were they doing? What were they thinking? You know, when we look at, let's go back to the different kinds of abbreviations. I have to get in a different mindset to read their stuff. And I think that's a little different from what I do from, you know, what else is going on? I'm not that kind of historian. Those are sometimes more entertaining. But I really like getting to the meat of why we know what we know. And in this stage, media literacy, how do we know what we know? It's really important to get there. And I talk to a lot of kids, and you know, they're just used to consuming all this stuff that's coming at them all the time, and how can you tell what's a fact? You know, what makes something fake news versus news? And for me, it's going back and finding the actual evidence at the beginning and letting that speak. And I don't know that that's necessarily what some people really want. They have a fast-held idea on what happened. You know, how many people tell me, well, they were going after the midwives because they really were intimidated. They didn't want to have the midwives have so much power. And I'm going, show me where. Show me where you know that. And you can't find it. You can't find it. And there are reasons why. Is that that's an impression that we have of the medical profession now being this institution and men, and well, these women were midwives, were, you know, trying to subvert the male power and stuff like that. Well, yeah, okay, great, but you show me the midwives that were accused, and I'll run with that. I don't know any. So everything is, interpretations really start from where you are, rather than where the material is. And I find that really interesting. Yeah.
Even though getting to the meat of it was more your bent interpretation, having looked at all these original documents,
Yep.
what do you think was going on?
What do I think was going on?
Having read all the originals.
Yep. Okay, I'll tell you what I